Shalom, Kalalayim, La Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, Fishbowl, who I learned this truth from, and salutations and blessings to you elect out there, 144,000. All right, and the 1/3. So this is from Wikipedia, right? It says Operation Fishbowl. It says Operation Fishbowl was a series of high-altitude nuclear tests in 1962 that were carried out by the United States as a part of the larger Operation Dominic nuclear test program. And the reason I'm bringing this out is, a few reasons is, number one, Esau during this time, right, the 60s, this was up until, this was the peak of his empire, of his climax of his empire. And 1969, as we know it, was the downfall, the beginning of the downfall of his society, because that's when he tried to reach, or he deceived everybody again, right? Remember, he's a devil, right? He was loose a little season to deceive the whole world. So he deceived the earth at that time period into saying, look, we landed on the moon. We planted the flag. America is the first. We know that to be a lie, right? There was a documentary called, I forget what it's called. But there's a lot of documentaries on the moon landing, and it was found to be directed in a studio. But anyway, that was the downfall. That was the beginning of the downfall of the society, right? Because during the 60s, late 60s, 70s, you had the hippie, free love revolution with drugs, right? Psychedelic drugs, and right, that pretty much that broke the nuclear family, the structure, right? The father goes to work, mother stays at home, right? That broke it. You had heroin, cocaine, all these psychedelics, LSD, acid, right? But I'm bringing this out because when you look up Operation Fishbowl, these devils were shooting up missiles into the atmosphere, right? And they shot about 11 of this program, 11, and what this was pretty much was them shooting missiles into the atmosphere to try to break the firmament, because pretty much we know that, we have waters under the firmament, which is pretty much everything within our atmosphere, right? And then you have waters above the firmament, and he separated them, so they're different, right? And there was a Hennessy commercial a few years ago. You can type it in, Hennessy, and they show you they're shooting up into space, so-called space, and they're breaking through waters. There's actually waters there, But Esau was shooting these missiles up in the sky, and it was a part of, as it says, part of a larger operation called Dominic, right? It says Operation Dominic was a series of 31 nuclear explosions, right? So 31, Now when you go down here, look, it says the Thor missile was also used to lift warheads into near space to conduct high-altitude nuclear explosion tests. These shots were collectively called Operation Fishbowl. And what you're seeing here, the GIF right here, right? This is a lot of scriptures, actually. It's not just one scripture. This is what you're going to see at the end of the world, which is accelerating, But I wanted to add a point on why would they call it the Thor missile? This is military. This is high-level military government official business. And they have all these kind of Greek, Roman names that they use because what are they doing? They're practicing witchcraft, right? What is that? Isaiah 47. All right, they're into witchcraft heavy, man. Yeah, I'll go to the point. You could read, you could start at 1, but I'll go to the point. This is talking about, I'll read verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Right? And the Chaldeans were sorcerers. Right? That's why it says the daughter of the Chaldeans. Right? And verse 10 says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Oh, sorry, I'll go to verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries. Right? And for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge. Right? It says, it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Right? And these different programs, that operations, who gave them the authority to do this, man? They're polluting the atmosphere, right? The whole earth, all this radiation. They did other tests in the southwest of America, in the desert, Nevada and whatnot. Who gave them the authority for that, man? Right? That all that brings is pollution and destruction to the earth. Hence, you living out your omen, your omen nomen, son of perdition, right? Um, so that was that, right? Now I have this. It says Revelation 13 and 11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two great horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, right? And he exercised, now this is dealing with America, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, which was who? The Roman Empire, whose deadly wound was healed during the Renaissance, right? The rebirth. And he exercises all the power, meaning he comes in that same Roman fashion. When you look at the architecture um, of official federal government buildings, even museums and certain schools, universities, alma maters, that's Greco-Roman. The botany, plants, law. When you drive here in Canada, you have demerit points. Where do you think that term demerit comes from? That's not an English term. That's not a British term. That's a Latin term from Rome. Demerit, right? That's a Latin word. Um, the different gods that they worship, right? The months of the calendar, June, Juno, right? All these different names of gods, even we call Christmas, So this Roman Empire, this is Rome all over again, pretty much, right? And it comes in that same power, man. It exercises that same power. So it says, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. Right? And again, those miracles are dealing with, hold on, it says he doeth great wonders. I said miracles, but let's see what it says. It says a sign, a mark, a token. So here it says a sign, prodigy, portent, i.e. an unusual occurrence transcending the common course of nature. He had to split the atom. He had to do something unnatural, right? And once you split those atoms, you can't put them back together. They have to be detonated. They can't just. You're not just gonna sit. Having them sit there, they can be. There's always potent energy there. There's always potent energy that can be used. They can be deactivated, right? It says of signs portending remarkable events soon to happen. World War III, the Battle of Armageddon, Armageddon, of miracles and wonders by which the Most High authenticates the men sent by him. Esau sent by him. He's a sword, or by which men prove that the cause they are pleading is the Most High's. All right. Khan, and that was pretty much it. That was the point I wanted. All right, so again, this is pretty interesting when you look into this, um, and of course, they had other things that they wanted to try out, and Esau always does other things that he'll have a, what is that called, the I forget what the act is called, but pretty much I think it takes 50 years for the classified documents to be unclassified or declassified, right? So he does all kinds of things, and he waits generations, and then, oh yeah, we did this, and this was 50 years ago, and yeah, oh, it's over now, and they're doing other things, but this is pretty interesting, brothers, to look up to. You can look this up. All right, I hope you're edified with that. Kal halalim, la Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakudash, and Shalom to the elect.